Serena Williams appears to be at last prepared to discuss what actually transpired between her and Drake, and she isn't holding back. Serena's surprise presence at the halftime show was, I believe, one of the highlights of Kendrick's performance in Chile. Some fans believe Serena Williams should not have been up on that stage with Kendrick, but others have called it her walking on Drake's grave. Serena was having a great time. After Drake allegedly stalked and harassed her after she dumped him, she accepted the offer for whatever reason. Others are happy she did, because it's her way of getting her lick back. In typical petty Drake fashion, he took a moment during a recent performance to make fun of Serena, which further convinced her fans that she was right to do the walk. So what's the deal here? Did Drake actually harass Serena? Is Serena out of line for joining Kendrick's performance? We'll discuss. This video contains everything. Serena has been the talk of the internet these past few days due to what some have called her controversial Super Bowl halftime performance. Say what you want, but Serena is from Compton, and who says a girl can't represent her hometown anymore? People were making a lot of excuses for why Serena shouldn't have been on stage, with some claiming that she shouldn't have because her sister was raised by Crips. So performing the walk is like she's disrespecting her sister's memory at any cost in order to silence the unspoken fact that Drake snubbed Serena, and now she's getting her lick back. In the past, Drake and Serena had a brief relationship that ended amicably until Drake abruptly began disparaging her and her husband. Rumors that Drake and Serena were more than just friends began to circulate online in August 2011, at which point Drake tweeted at Serena, saying, "Can't wait to put it on you and make you sweat during our match this weekend." Less than a week later, Drake was seen in the crowd supporting Serena during her Canadian Open competition. But their relationship didn't take off until 2013, when Drake released his third studio album, Nothing Was the Same. In the song Worst Behavior, he wrapped up Serena saying, "Then it's back to lay, open the mail, and stare at the check enough to make you throw up, man. It's gross what I net. Things didn't really come together until 2015, when they were spotted kissing on a dinner date at a sushi restaurant in Cincinnati. Drake was playing the attractive boyfriend who showed up to support his boo in the 2015 US Open. That same year, Drake scored front row seats at Serena's Asia Zen fashion show, and I assured her that I could beat her when she was playing with her left. Was going well, but the relationship ended quickly, and Serena began dating her now HB husband Alexis Ohanian. At the time, there were rumors that Serena ended the relationship because Drake was enjoying his playboy phase, and Serena wasn't interested in that life. Stay on course. Drake later told his mother Sandy that he was referring to Serena, but at first there were rumors that the woman he was referring to in this song was Rihanna, with whom he also allegedly had an affair at the time. How long did we last? I feel bad for asking. It can't end like this. We have to take time with this, Drake said in the chorus.
But this is more about me and Serena.
Drake is confirming a long-standing rumor his hit song Too Good with Rihanna is actually about Serena Williams. When the song came out in 2016, right before that, he and Serena had been photographed together, like kissing, and we knew they were kind of dating. Well, he just released this video from around that time where he's talking to his mom, who's off camera.
I know Serena very well, and I know that she'll hear it loud and clear, but she'll also not hate me.
In regards to Serena, she had relocated and was contentedly in love with her new partner, Boo Alexis, by the end of 2016. They were engaged and married on November 20, 2017. But Drake was still unable to move on from her. In fact, rapper Common later revealed that he and Drake had a heated argument, primarily due to Drake's jealousy that Common had also dated Serena.
When you look at that, that situation now, what's your take on it?
I mean, I think that was, for me, I think it was an emotional thing, like, meaning I was feeling like, at that time, I think it was the Drake-Serena situation. I didn't know what was going on with that. And I didn't know if he was throwing shots at me, like, this is my my ex, and you know, we kind of on our like going our separate ways, and you know, so it's, unfortunately the war might have been over a girl, even though at the time I never said that, but it wasn't totally that. It was just more or less like, kind of like, man, do you respect me? Cause I actually like you as an artist. That's what I was thinking about.
In a December 2019 interview with Rap Radar, Drake attributed his motivation to finish his 2015 Meek Mill diss track back-to-back to Serena. He stated, "I was with Serena at the time, and we have been talking a lot about her and Maria Sharapova going back and forth over the years. She's a top competitor, so she said you have to finish it like I'm talking about done over, and it's got to be something that everyone that he's with and he have to hear, girl." Maybe Drake would have won this Kendrick feud if he had remained Serena. The man appears to have lost his competitive spirit after being dumped. But Drake was still unable to move on from the fact that Serena had left him and found the love of her life less than a year later. As a result, he chose to include both her and her husband in his 2022 album, Her Loss, in the song Middle of the Ocean. By labeling her husband a groupie, Drake made fun of Serena and her spouse, rapping his sidebar, "Your husband is a groupie, and he said that we don't have any issues. However, it's like you're coming for sushi, and we might snoop on him at." Will at the time like Suzuki in a series of tweets, Serena Williams' husband, Alexis, responded to Drake by saying, "When I became a husband and papa, it changed my life and made me 100 times better as a man and a businessman." He went on to remark, "I'm grateful for everything I accomplished before those difficult conversations in 2020, because it's nothing compared to the work Junior will see me do. I did find a partner that I knew I would never outgrow, and in 70,076, I found partners and a team that do the same. I learned a lot from starting one multi-billion-dollar company and seeding 35 plus others. We're going to scale that using software and empathy." He continued by saying that the reason I continue to succeed is because I'm relentless in being the best at everything I do, including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter. This is what led Kendrick to tell Drake to keep Serena's mouth shut and not like us. He said, "From a Landry down to Central, dude, you better not speak on Serena." During the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, Serena dazzled with her walking abilities. Following the appearance, she shared a backstage video of herself discussing how she couldn't have walked the way she did on the Wimbledon stage because they wouldn't have tolerated it on social media.
Walk like that at Wimbledon. Oh, I would have been.
For those who are unaware, Serena Flack was widely criticized by the media at the time of her victory over Maria Sharapova at Wimbledon during the 2012 Olympics. People referred to her as ghetto and claimed that she was encouraging gang violence, which was disrespectful to the sport, according to Fox Sports. Following her appearance on the Super Bowl halftime show, Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian, took to Twitter to criticize her, saying that her actions were immature and classless, likening them to making a crude, X-rated joke inside a church. Jason Whitlock was critical of Serena at the time. In the Wimbledon incident, he shared a screenshot from an article that included a video of the performance and a caption that read, "Some of you have no idea how criticized Serena was for this same dance at Wimbledon 13 years ago, and it shows this is bigger than the music." The people who were dragging Serena said that she shouldn't have been on that stage dissing Drake because she's married to Stephen A. Smith, who is approaching 50 and has never been married. You also added that he would have divorced Serena if she had been his wife and did that.
Wife is going to join trolling her ex. Go back to his ass. 'Cause clearly you...
The pettiness didn't end there though, as Serena's husband reposted the video of her walking on his Instagram stories like a proud husband. He also added comments and reposted some of the Twitter posts discussing Serena at the show, such as this one in which someone claimed that Serena's husband likely laid out her clothes the night before as if it were the first day of school. The following day, someone tagged him and asked him to confirm this, to which he replied with this picture of While people are arguing over whether Serena, a married woman, should be upset about her ex who cheated on her after they had already broken up, her husband is laughing outside. Meanwhile, Drake is still acting like his typical petty self. And someone needs to take his phone away from him and put him in timeout because, tell me, why did he post this picture of himself and Serena's former agent? People had a lot to say about Drake's recent performance in Australia, where he made a number of petty remarks directed at his ex. One person said, "Damn," he responded to a woman with the quickness. "Too bad he won't do the same to the man who has had his foot on his neck for the past year." Another said, "I don't think I've ever seen any rapper afraid of his counterpart like this, K. Is this to be some sort of gag? K. stopped acting like a bee, aren't you exhausted?" But what do you think of Drake's response to this entire Super Bowl performance and Serena's walk? Do you think Serena should have just let it go? Leave a comment below and stay tuned for the next video.